to the Industry Show. I'm your host, Nitin Bajaj, and joining me today is Anjali Kakkad. Anjali, welcome on the show.
Hello, Nitin. Thanks for the invite. I'm so excited to be on the show. Thank you.
Great to have you here.
Pleasure.
Let's start with a big question. Who is Anjali?
Oh, that is a big question. So I'm a technology enthusiast. I have been in IT industry for more than 15 years, and I work for Google. I do a lot of innovation on Google Maps on AI and ML area, the newest, latest, and greatest technology that we all talk about. We build it, so pretty proud of that. And as my passion project, I have been working on one of the alignment of employees and the organization to grow the organization. And I'm hoping that the product turns out to be really good and want to use it. But
Yeah, the little that I've seen, and I'm pretty excited and to take it first step. Now, tell us a little more about Aligned Rewards, but before that, tell us why. What made you start this or delve into this? And how did you come up with the name? And where is it now in terms of the size and scale?
the product it's all an outcome of many years in the IT industry and the technology industry. There was a phase in the industry where, people were continuously working remotely during the pandemic. And our generation has been through many different stages. Like we are the ones who learned about the internet era. We know about the telephone converting into the cell phone and converting into the smartphone.
Yeah.
We are the generation who has seen it all and building robots now. So with all these different challenges and different phases of life, I've seen that, there has been a big gap in the industry where, the alignment of the organization and the business is not always there with the employees and the vice versa. So the connectivity between these two things has been missing for a while, and I've seen it at every single place I worked at. So I thought that it might be a good idea to kind of fill that gap. So that is how we created Aligned Rewards. The goal of the tool is more about, help the organization and the business to create clear-cut goals, identify them, have a clear matrix on the success criteria, and what is the efficiency that we are accounting for, what are the different areas that want to grow, and then share it with all the stakeholders, not just keep it to like one big pool of people, like, just leaders. Share with all the folks in the hierarchy, including the bottom level people, or, the bottom to top. So, if there are goals of people that, I want to, say, for example, buy a house. Being in Bay Area, it's very hard to buy a house. You need tons of money to buy a house, including the down payment. If I go and tell my boss, is there even a scenario today that, I can go and say that, oh, I want to buy a house. Can you do something for me? And then, I can make a little more money than what I'm making today. So the goal is to really keep both the ends together and keep an alignment and grow the organization in such a way where, it becomes harmonious growth.
Love that. Now, obviously, building something like this, but also in your journey as an immigrant and working across different cultures, large organizations, startups, you've seen a lot. And if I ask you to call out the one big challenge you're facing, what would that be?
First of all, every challenge has its own learning.
Yeah.
So challenges can be different at different stages of life. Me being an immigrant, when I applied for my H-1B first time back in 2012, it got rejected. And that was one of the biggest challenges. I was like, I don't know what to do now. My life is kind of done. I can't do anything. I can't work. And I was about to get married. And that seemed like a big challenge at that time. But guess what? It got resolved in like literally less than 3 or 4 months.
Mhm.
So to me, it feels like, anywhere you feel like it's a roadblock, there are like millions of doors open up and you just find your own ways to kind of recover from it or, get better and, just move away from the challenge, or face it and win over it.
Yeah, I love that perspective. Now, on the flip side of challenges and opportunities, what's the one you're most excited about?
This recent one that happened to me. So when I was working on Aligned Rewards, it's just a passion project. It's not like something that I thought of building a product as big or thought of creating a major platform or something. I wanted to just fill this gap. So I started building. There are so many features now. And when I had few features, I tried to kind of talk to few customers like 2-3 months back. And I would talk to people and I would ask them to, use my product, and nobody entertained me, really. So at that time, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I don't think it's going to work out. And then 2 months later, I closed 4 different customers just in 1 week.
Wow.
And never thought of it.
Yep.
So it's me 2 months ago and 2 months after. Such a huge difference. So I didn't know that this can happen this quickly, and I didn't know this can be such disaster in the beginning either. So we just learn.
You keep sticking to your goals, be relentless, and just keep going.
Just keep going. Yes, just keep going.
Love that. Now, as we talk about the opportunities and what's to come, I also love to pause and reflect and ask people to take us back in time in your personal, professional career and share 2 moments. One where things did not work out as you expected. There was disappointment, failure, lessons, and another where things exceeded your own expectation and became a success beyond your imagination.
So funny and so unique in my personal life in this particular scenario. So when the pandemic happened, it was a bit of a shock that, I had my first interview with Google. And the Google interview went fine. They accepted me. The first interview, I cracked it, and then they sent an email right after the pandemic started. So we are like all at home. Nobody knew what was happening at that time. No interviews, everything paused. And on the side effect, I found out that I was pregnant with my second child, which even I didn't know at that time. So then when I got through both these news, it was like such a magic or such a tragic moment.
Yeah.
Magic / tragic,
Yes.
right? Both these things are happening in parallel. Now through the pregnancy, I, of course, working from home, adjusting to the new norm with nausea and throwing up all the time with pregnancy, with changing hormones. A lot of things are happening. And I was a director of product management at a mid-sized company which was about to get acquired. So there was heavy work pressure. And I was working like 14, 18 hours being pregnant. I did not think of my time. I just wanted to get through that time. And towards the end of mid or end of my pregnancy, we leadership team in the startup, not the startup, but mid-sized company, we decided to take 50% pay cut to show bigger revenue.
Yeah.
So we all took 50% pay cut. And that time was like so dicey. Second child, about to deliver, no money, less money. And, the company gets acquired, there is more money that comes. But what do you do afterwards, right? So I was like into many different, my mind was like continuously juggling through many different things. But right after I delivered my child 2 weeks earlier, in the middle of the meeting, I had my contractions. I had to rush to hospital, ended the meeting immediately, delivered a baby, came back home, decided that now this company is it. I'm going to move on. Week 8, after my childbirth, I gave my final interview at Google, cracked it, got a job at Google with a way better package, way better authority versus what I used to have. On top of it, in between all these, amidst all these issues, I started my own company that, I wanted. It was always my dream to be an entrepreneur. So I started my own company of IT services. And guess what? Everything is still working fine. So I didn't think any of these things. There are challenges, but there is a power that comes out within the challenge itself. So I guess that's my one unique example that I want to share with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. With the challenge comes the opportunity, and how you show up for it is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Switching gears, amongst all the different things you're involved in, what do you do to de-stress, to break away and not think about what you would call work?
That's my favorite thing to do in life. So I am pretty rigorous follower of spirituality.
Mhm.
So I always connect back to my roots. Yoga, meditation, classical dancing. I'm a PhD in Kathak. So I also dance and I teach dance too to little kids, including my daughter. That's my detachment. And I recommend everyone to have at least one passion or one hobby
Mhm.
to detach and connect to yourself versus everything else, because all these becomes a noise at one point of time, but the peace within stays with you.
So true. And there's a magic in being able to connect with yourself and be able to ground yourself into the reality. So kudos to you for doing that. I mean, amongst all these different things, to be having that discipline to stay grounded is extremely important. Uh, what's a book or a podcast that is a favorite and you want to share with us?
Again, I'm gonna go back to my roots. Bhagavad Gita
Yes.
cannot be any other book than that for me. Every single time I face difficulties, I have gone back to Bhagavad Gita, and any page and every page that I open, I see some answer to my question and the intuitions and more. So I think Bhagavad Gita can be the book to read. If you have not had a chance to read it, I would highly recommend it. The podcast, I mean, there are a lot of podcasts that I follow, but the industry show is what I would recommend for everybody to kind of follow through. There's one more podcast that I have been following for AI, Extra AI. It has been pretty valuable in terms of understanding how the market is moving in the current industry. Like with every single shift, it comes every month, and a lot of insights, and I have found it very useful for my education purposes.
I agree. Uh, on to my favorite part of the show. We call this the one-line life lessons. Anjali, I would love for you to share your life lessons with us.
Life lesson. That's a very big thing. There are a lot of lessons. But I would say that, try anything and everything and fail faster than ever and learn from it. Don't get stuck with the failure. Just move on.
Love that.
Yeah.
You have extreme clarity, which I really appreciate. Anjali, thank you for making the time to be with us today and for sharing your journey and story. I know you're just getting started with all the successes you've had. I know there's a lot more to come. So, congratulations and all the best wishes.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you for giving this opportunity, and I hope this relationship continues.
Looking forward
Thank
to
you.
it. Thank you.